Hi there folks, welcome to RRTV. My name's Bernie Weemers and I'm here with Trent Thomas, and we're here to cover the final round of the Star Mazda Australian Championship, and we're coming to you live tonight from Phillip Island. Hi Trent, it's looking like a big field out there tonight.
Good evening, Bernie. Good evening, viewers. Yes, it got a full field tonight. There was 44 pre-qualifiers, so we should have 44 cars on the grid in theory. Temperature and conditions out there, it's pretty windy down the front straight and pretty cold temperatures out there, so should see some grippy and some fast lap times.
Yeah, so the weather out there at the moment, folks, it's mostly cloudy, wind speed 24 kilometres an hour. They're going to have a tailwind down this main straight here. Track temp at the moment is 24 degrees Celsius, so as Trent said, nice and cool there, so that should be good for the tyres. And of course we're at probably the fastest track in Australia, which is Phillip Island. So just having a look at our point score at the moment, Marcelo Rivera is in the lead, and it pretty much looks like he's wrapped up this championship, and after drop rounds he's sitting on 1987 points as we hear Michael Schreier in the background blowing his motor. Michael Schreier second on 1825 points, and then we have Justin Strickland in third, followed by Aaron Lee fourth, and fifth is David Jellings. So we'll have to keep an eye on that pack, and hopefully Trent will be able to update us throughout this broadcast on how he thinks the points may turn out. 6 is Simon Eriksson, followed in 7th Dean O'Brien, 8th David Arnold, 9th is Dylan Francis, and rounding out our top 10 is Ashley Thomas with 1161 points. So the guys are just going out at the moment, setting their qualifying. We can see Michael Schreier out there. He was pretty late to the practice server, but it's great to see him out there and setting a time tonight.
Yeah, he was a bit of a late joiner tonight, so it'll be interesting to see where he can put himself on the grid. As you mentioned earlier, it does look like Marcelo Rivera has actually tied up this championship after drop rounds. Even if Michael Schreier was to actually win this round, take out all the bonus points, which is a maximum of 303 points for this round, even if Rivera was to score 0 points this round, he would still take the championship by 12 points. So bit of an anticlimax there, but congratulations to Rivera for wrapping up the championship basically with a round to spare. So it'll sort of make up for his loss last season that Schreier beat him to the post. So well done to to Rivera.
Yeah, and it looks like at the moment, having a look at the point score, I guess it's going to be between Justin Strickland, Aaron Lee and David Jellings, how they finish, but I guess some of these drivers are going to have pretty big gaps or pretty bad races for that point score to change tonight.
Yeah, if we look at the points, it's Justin Strickland, Aaron Lee, David Jellings, 3rd, 4th and 5th. So that'll be cars to watch out for in this race to try and get that 3rd position on the points table. If they finish pretty much around each other tonight, I don't see them changing points, but all it takes is for one of those cars to be a few positions out of place, and we could see some of those places changes around on the table.
Yeah, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that tonight, folks. Now, turning our attention to this race tonight, it's a fixed setup. They've got medium downforce setup tonight with 11.4 litres of fuel, so we'll be, as usual, expecting a pit stop tonight. As always, fuel is mandatory, tyres are optional. The pit window pretty much opens as soon as the lights go green. Looking at the total distance of this race tonight, folks, we have 23 laps around Phillip Island, so that will be exciting. One thing we'll need to keep an eye on is their incident limit of 20. So if they're involved in any big accidents at the start, that's going to pretty much take 20% of their incident limit straight up. And of course it's a standing start, so how many drivers do we have on the server tonight, Trent?
Having a look here, looks like there's 43 cars in the server at the moment, and 40 cars have set a lap time for qualifying. So, yeah, we're definitely full tonight. So it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, we have a clean first couple of laps while the field sorts themselves out, and we don't have any incidences.
Yeah, that's right. And as always, keep an eye on that first couple of corners. First 3 corners, really. If they get through that, hopefully we'll have a nice clean start to this race. But looking at our qualifying at the moment, Marcelo Rivera has set the fastest time and has provisional pole on a 1:27.993. Aaron Lee is currently in second. His fastest time is a 1:27.998, followed by Jared Phillip in third, Sean Kelly fourth, and rounding out our top 5 is Gary Hamilton at this stage.
There's certainly some close times at the top there. A couple of new drivers in the field tonight that normally are in the V8. Jared Phillip and Richard Hampstead is also having a bit of a crack in Star Mazdas tonight. So welcome to those 2 guys as well.
And have a look at that gap between Marcelo Rivera and Aaron Lee. I'm going to let you call that gap. It's 0.005. So
that would be 5,000ths of a second, I believe.
5,000ths of a second. So that's pretty close.
Yeah, I'd like to see how close that actually is on track. It's probably about the width of one of those painted lines with the speed these cars do. So yeah, that's very, very, very close.
It certainly is, and we've been treated to some pretty close finishes, but that's probably one of the closest we've seen for the battle for pole so far this season anyway. So it bodes well. Yeah,
definitely. And if you actually look, the field up to 30th position is covered by only 1 second. So the top 30 cars are 1 second.
Wow, that's going to be awesome racing, especially when they get that slipstream, because at the moment they're out there doing lone qualifying, so they can't use that slipstream. So I'm sure a lot of guys will be using that in the first couple of laps.
Yeah, the draft will definitely play a part. I think last season we did see a breakaway group at the front of this field of about 5 or 6 cars, I believe, and they sort of broke away from the rest of the pack. So obviously, like we've seen in previous races, if they're battling, that's going to slow them down, but they work together, they can certainly pull away from the field and gap.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they're going to be looking at, isn't it? Trying to get that gap around here, and if the guys behind, as you said, start battling, they're going to get that gap. So it's going to be, I think, a very strategic race here, hopefully tonight, as well as action-packed for our RRTV viewers out there tonight.
Now, the other thing to watch out for is the new drivers that are new to the series. They might not be new to the car. They may not know to not take tyres, so it'll be interesting to see how those play out.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess, if you're down the back of the field there, what would you do? Would you try to pit as early as possible and get that gap and try to jump the guys as they pit later in the race? What would your call be?
It's definitely a hard one to make because the draft does actually mean something. So if you could find a teammate, maybe if you're down in the back of the field, you might be able to find yourself bumped. Getting a draft partner, and you can work together sort of in pit early. But just looking at the qualifying results there, Ian Ford in the last seconds has actually put his car on pole position.
He certainly has. So Ian Ford snatches pole from Marcelo Rivera in the closing seconds there. Aaron Lee will start from third. Jared Phillip fourth. Sean Kelly will start out of fifth. Hamilton sixth. Dylan Francis out of 7th. 8th will be David Jellings, followed by Michael Schreier in 9th, and keep an eye on him. Justin Strickland back there in 10th position at this stage. Richard Hampstead, great to see him joining us tonight, in 11th. Michael McCabe 12th. Pegler 13th, 14th Osborne, 15th is Ericsson, 16th will be Rayner, Jones out of 17th, then Baker, followed by Burton in 19th and Andrew Gaines in 20th. 21st is Kiss, followed by Gelly, Tajavara out of 23rd, Natal 24th, 25th is Brendan Oakes, 26th, Scott Goodman. Leskinen out of 27th, Brown 28th, 29th, Kramer, 30th will be Taylor. Marr out of 31st, 32nd, Ashley Thomas. Maloney out of 33rd, Gadd 34th. David Arnold back there in 35th position tonight. Watts 36th, 37th will be James Keane. 38th, Damon Carr. Rodney Dangry 39th, and 40th is Falcamada. 41st is Espley. Andrew Osiris out of 42nd, and rounding out our field is Darren Lesu in 43rd. So we can see a fantastic field out there tonight, Trent, and it's going almost right up to the last corner.
It's a good sight to see.
Green flag, green flag.
And we're under green flag now. Great start there. It looks like a nice clean start out from the start. So I'm just trying to find out who's taken the lead here.
Philsell got a pretty good start off the line. He was in 3rd or 4th position. It looks like he might be able to get up the inside. No, not quite. He comes over. Ian Ford comes over on him, I believe. Or was that Rivera? I think it was Rivera. One of the ERA cars. Philsell did manage to get through up the inside, so newcomer to the series has taken the lead.
And we're just having a look further back. It looks like a nice clean start for all the cars there, and we're just waiting for them to settle down as they're coming 3 wide into the first hairpin here. And there's a bit of contact, and but it looks like they've all got through pretty well with 2 cars off the side of the road there.
Yeah, it looks like there was a bit of contact in the back of the field. I think there's some net code going on as well, and cars drove through each other.
And we've got another incident there with Sean Kelly, as we just saw going off, but it was Sean Kelly's got a lot of damage to that car, and I think Richard Hampstead may have been involved in that.
Looks like Jared Philsell's got the lead coming over to cross the line first. Aaron got a good run on Marcelo coming down to the first corner, 4 wide into turn 1.
As you can see, Aaron there going on the outside, swoops around to take the lead of this race, and that was a nice clean move. There's contact further back there with what car's that? The 94. Was that Marcelo going off?
No, Philsell was one of the cars. I'm not sure who the other one was.
Okay, I'm just going to reset my overlays, folks, because it's not really giving us the correct information, so bear with us for one moment, and hopefully we'll be able to call this race for you.
It looks like it was Marcelo that ran wide with Philsell on turn 2. There's another accident in the hairpin as well. I didn't quite see who that was. Yeah,
it looked like Philsell and Marcelo came together there, with Marcelo having to run wide into the grass, so that's quite unfortunate for them. But it looks like we've got Aaron Lee at the moment in the lead, and followed by Gary Hamilton in 2nd, Ian Ford there 3rd, 4th is Philsell, and then we have Michael Schreier there in 5th. So the field's starting to spread out a bit. We've had a few guys looking like they may have retired. That might be Mark Rayner, Rodney Dangry and James Keane so far. And we've got a blown engine there. Who's that? I think that's Hamilton.
That's a shame. That's happened to him in the previous round of this championship before too, so you don't often see these engines go pop, so he must be doing something a bit interesting. Maybe he's got a glitch with his shifters or something, but yeah, that's not the first time he's blown an engine. Yeah, and I noticed Schreier blew a couple of engines in practice out there as well. But how hard is it to blow an engine in these cars? I know the skippies can be a bit fragile on downshift. Is the Star Mazda similar to that? They can be. They're kind of strange. Sometimes they're you can just override them slightly and they go pop. I actually did a test session at Indy Oval, and I was doing 250 kilometers an hour down the front straight and changed into first gear, and I was doing 220 kilometers an hour when I changed to first, and it revved very high, but it didn't actually go pop and still stayed. So yeah, it's a bit hit and miss with these engines sometimes, I think.
Okay, so what we're going to do now, folks, is we're going to jump on board with Michael Schreier to do a lap around Phillip Island. So crank up your sound and enjoy the ride. That was a lap around Phillip Island with Michael Schreier, and you're on board with him as he took Rd12 Phillip there coming into turn one. And I tell you what, Trent, there's not a lot of passing opportunities out there tonight.
The cars, because we are running a fixed set, are fairly evenly matched, which we saw in the qualifying times with 1 second covering the top 30. So chances to get by are fairly minimal. You pretty much have to rely on the draft. And probably turn one is where most of the moves we will see happen, but next lap the next guy will just get past you again. So it'll be a bit of a yo-yo until the last few laps when the drivers really start to turn it on. When we're on board with Australia, then we did hear him lift off a little bit, just to sort of stay in the draft behind the car. He could have pulled out and tried to make a move, but he's decided to just sit in behind there and just take it easy for now, because still a long way to go in this race yet. So expect to see a little bit more battling and a bit more fierceness between the drivers towards the end of the race.
Yeah, and the field has spread out quite a bit there, folks. We have a battle pack up the front, of course, with the top five led by, at the moment, Aaron Lee, followed by Ian Ford, as Ian's making a look on the outside here as he gets a slipstream, and we'll keep an eye on this. I think he may take the lead here. Michael Schreier and Rd12 Phillip also having a great battle here, and the last person in the battle pack is Sean Kelly. So these guys have got quite a big gap, about 8 seconds to the second two, which is Andrew Gaines and Michael McCabe. But they, up to that lap, there was about 4 of them, but they've dropped down to 2 now.
I'm not sure if there's been any pit stops or not yet, but Andrew Gaines, he started in 20th place and he's up to 6th, so he's really made a move through the field.
Certainly has, and we have had some pit stops out there at the moment. We've had Marcelo Rivera did a 12.5 second stop, and no doubt he came in after going wide with that contact with Phil Cell earlier. Aaron Osborne's also made a stop, 11.6 seconds, and he's sitting right behind Marcelo there in 19th position. David Jellings is also trying out strategy tonight. He did a scorching 9.5 seconds and is sitting in 20th. So that's a good pack there. They're all together and no doubt trying to work together to make that early stop work. Craig Jones has also made a stop, 12.8 seconds. TJ Brown, my overlays must be playing up again here, Trent. It says 3.8 seconds, and Nino Natal did a 2.3 second stop. I know they lied to us a few weeks ago, and they might be doing it again tonight.
Yeah, it sounds like it is. Obviously, we know that these guys need to stop for around about the 10-second mark to get on enough fuel to be able to get them home. So, I'm not calling you overlays a liar or anything, but I don't think they're telling us the truth at the moment about those two cars.
Yeah, we've got quite a few in the pits at the moment now. Ian Ford's just dived in, Andrew Gaines, who else? Aaron Osborne, we know David Jellings is in there, and Andrew Osiris. So some of those front pack have actually opted to stop now.
I wonder if they were covering off with any of the guys that they happen to be racing with at the time. So yeah, we'll see how the field filters out and where they come out in relation to everybody else.
Yeah, and I'm just having a look at those third, fourth and fifth places who are battling for that final step. Aaron Lee's in front. The guy he's battling with is Justin Strickland, who's currently third in the championship, and Justin's he's had a bit of a bad start. He's 34th at the moment, and looks like he's had to make an unscheduled stop, or I can't actually see him on track. Yes, he is 34th. And the other one is I think it was David Jellings, wasn't it?
Yes, David Jellings. He was 5th in the championship.
So we've got David sitting in 16th, Justin Strickland 34th, and Aaron leading the race at this stage. So it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out as this race progresses.
Yeah, I might try and do some quick calculations in the background here and see where their positions are for where they are in the race at the moment.
Yeah, that'd be interesting just to see how that is stacking up, so the viewers know who to keep an eye on here. But Aaron Lee is leading the way, followed by Shreya in second, Phil Sell sitting there in third. Sean Kelly is doing a great job for TTR, sitting in fourth place, and then we go back to Michael McCabe to round out our top five. He's got wing damage and he's 10 seconds down at this stage.
Alright, so we said Aaron Lee was in first place. Justin Strickland was 34th, I believe you said.
Yeah, he was sitting in 34th position at this stage. David Jellings is now up to 14th, so he's made two moves, and he's looking quite good out there tonight.
As they run right now, that would put Aaron Lee into third place in the championship overall after drop rounds on 1883 points. Justin Strickland would be fourth on 1776, and David Jellings would be still in fifth on 1768. So if he gets up a few more positions, he could jump into fourth place in the championship.
And he's already gained two, as he's sitting there behind Aaron Osborne and Marcelo Rivera, so he's in good company here, and these guys are really working together to try to keep that slipstream effective.
Yeah, they're all quick pedalers and very smart drivers, these guys. So yeah, I think we'll see them. We've got Simon Eriksson in that group too, by the looks. So they're not silly drivers. They know if they battle, it's going to slow them down. So I'm sure they'll work together to try and make sure they don't lose any time and be in a good position after the leaders pit.
And going off their pit times at the moment, they're doing around about the 12.7, 12.8 second stops there for the fuel. But if you take into account their entry, because it's a fairly long entry into the pit here, and the exit, they're only 37 seconds down from the lead. So it's going to be really close once all these pit stops go through.
That's exactly right, yeah. It's not just stationary time in the pit, as you talked about, it's getting on the pit lane, it's getting off the pit lane, so all that adds up to how long they're off the track and what time they'll lose. So I think 37 seconds will probably keep them in front at this stage. I think Ian Ford's probably the best car to look at. He's at the front of that group as well, so probably about 30 seconds is where they'll need to be in order to come out ahead of that pack of cars. Yeah,
as we see them weaving down there, the person in front there, that's Marcelo, who's trying to break the slipstream, but if I were them, I'd be just saying, let's work together, guys, and stop this battling and try to catch them. But at the moment, they're lapping. Marcelo did a 1:27.963. Our race leader Aaron Lee's last time was a 1:27.884. So the guys out front are still going quicker than that second pack at this stage.
And we know that Marcelo did have that bit of an off before he had that stop, so he is back from the leaders a little bit prior to the stop, so I do expect the leaders to be able to pit and come out ahead of that group of cars.
And Marcelo's not waiting around. He's actually started to get a bit of a gap on this battle pack here, and he's feeling like he's got the pace to go it alone at the moment. And he's definitely, we'll see what his lap time is here. Ian Ford's having a bit of a battle here with David Jellings, and followed by Simon Eriksson in 15th there. He's battling, David Jellings, sorry.
Yeah, I hope they don't get too caught up and let Marcelo drive away, because they will need him to guide them in a way, I guess. He's won the championship, so we know what sort of calibre of driver he is, so they'll want to get onto his gearbox and ride around following him for a few laps to try and make sure they do stay in touch with the leaders.
You can just see the power of that slipstream there as Aaron Osborne ranges right up on the back of Marcelo there, and right next to Aaron is Ian Ford, so they pulled in probably about 6 car lengths just in that straight.
Oh, that was very lucky. It was almost contact on that corner. Marcelo did come over there. He was pretty bold to do that, to cut Aaron off, but in the end they all got through, because the quality drivers they are, they managed to get through without making contact.
Yeah, that's right. It looked pretty close from gearbox cam, that's for sure. And having a look out the back of David Jellings' car here, he has Ian Ford behind him in 11th, and right up ahead of him, he's trying to catch Aaron Osborne at this stage.
Yeah, they're all swapping positions. Marcelo's the one out the front of the group, but they're sort of jostling and changing positions in behind him. He's just doing his own race and just watching his own speed. He's still losing a little bit of time to the leaders. And I think we might have some of the leaders in the pits.
Yeah, well, Michael Schreier's just come out of the pits. Jared Philsell's also pitted here, and Sean Kelly. So those three have pitted. They've come out just ahead, well, a fair ways ahead of that battle pack, as we've got a car running wide going off on the first corner there.
Well, there's almost contact between Osborne and Rivera as well going into turn 2. It was very, very close. Unfortunately, all those cars pitting have left Aaron out in the lead by himself, so I'm sure he'll just get his head down now and just concentrate on himself to do a lap time. So it'll be interesting to see how that plans out when he makes a pit, whether or not he'll pit straight away or whether he'll stay out.
Yeah, and that was, it'll be interesting to see how he reacts to that, but that was Ian Ford. We just saw that replay going off, so that's going to be quite costly. He did gather it up, so it was good driving, but he's dropped right back from that pack. So, but out front at the moment, folks, we have Aaron Lee is in the pits at the moment. Where's Paul Tajavara? He's decided not to stop. Damien Carr is also in the pits, so we'll see where Aaron comes out here. I think they're going to possibly jump him here as Aaron comes out. Looking behind him, Schreier's got the run, but he's a fair ways down, and he's having a battle there with Philsell, so it looks like Aaron Lee has covered them off.
And he's still got a pretty decent gap to these guys too, so having said that, it's just closed up a lot. So yeah, well done to Aaron to maintaining that lead and covering them off for their pit stop.
Yeah, it's great to see, isn't it, the guys reacting and having to be aware of what the guys they're racing are doing, as we see Philsell there having a look on Aaron Lee, and that was another close call there, and Michael Schreier's also having a battle, so it's shaping up pretty well there. But Marcelo's strategy, he's 19 seconds down from the leaders at this stage.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to pull that gap back in. Will come down a little bit as they cleanse over the line this time by, but he's still a good distance back. I can't see him catching these guys by the end of this race. Jared Philsell's doing a pretty good job in these cars. He's used to having fenders so that you can actually get alongside a car and you might be able to make incidental contact here and there, but in these open wheels it's a slightly different style of racing that he needs to use to get by these guys. But yeah, he's doing a good job out there running with these front runners.
He certainly is. He's up there with Aaron Lee and Michael Schreier there and Sean Kelly, and these guys are all top runners, aren't they? And Jared's definitely holding his own out there tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And Sean Kelly's also a part-timer in this series. He's usually a V8 driver as well, so another V8 driver that's up there doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, and it's great to see the V8 drivers coming out and having a run in these cars, and just goes to show it doesn't matter what cars they're in there, they've got the pace, haven't they?
Yeah, unfortunately I can't blame it on the car that I'm slower than these guys in the V8 supercar, but yeah, it just goes to show, like you said, when you've got talent, you've got talent, and the cream always rises to the top, as the saying goes.
Yeah, that's right. And having a look at that gap at the moment, as Jared Philsell's going on the inside there of Aaron Lee and tucks back in there. But having a look at that gap, Marcelo Rivera, 8.6 seconds is the gap at the moment from him to the leader. He's lapping in the 128.295s, where the other guys out front are doing 128.103s at the moment. Again, looking from gyro cam, 3 wide into turn 1 here. Who's going to blink first? Oh, Aaron's got to watch it. He's in the middle there. Oh, this is threading the needle. I'm amazed they all got through there, you know.
Yeah, it's amazing how close these cars can get and not make contact. So, yeah, again, the skill level of these guys is right up there. Just giving an update on the points position for our 3rd, 4th and 5th on the points table. We've got Aaron would still take 3rd position as they run. David Jellings would jump up into 4th place and put Justin Strickland to 5th, judging by the positions that they're currently in. And
as we saw there, Jared Philsell is in 1st. Aaron Lee's dropped to 2nd there, but Michael Schreier is looking hungry for this win, sitting back there in 3rd. And I tell you what, not only did they show how good of drivers they are, they also showed how much trust they have for each other out here.
That's actually a really good point you bring up there, Bernie. It's not just about knowing your ability within the car, it's trusting the ability of the other guy to not run into you as well. So yeah, these guys obviously respect each other in that regard, and they know that they can run these speeds at this distance apart, knowing that they can play with it because they know that the guys they're racing with they can trust.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, the gap between Lee and Philsell through there was probably only about 3 feet, but when they went 3 wide there, it was a heck of a lot closer, and I don't think I've ever seen cars do that around here.
It's a sort of a good characteristic of these cars. They're not very powerful. They don't have a lot of downforce. They do have a bit, and the setup we're using is very, very stable, so it allows the guys to just throw the car around, and this track's wide enough and flowing that you can get side by side through a lot of these corners, and it's good to see that they're giving each other room. They're not trying to force each other off. They know that if they get missed out on one corner, they can make up on the next one. So it's good to see them giving that respect to each other and just racing cleanly.
Yeah, that's right. And we just saw there Aaron Lee making a big move. Oh, as Sean Kelly goes wide there, he's going to come across. They're going to have to watch him, but fortunately managed to pull that up. That could have been nasty.
Yeah, that's usually you go off on that corner, you're into the wall. So he's done well to not collect the wall on the outside of that turn.
Yeah, I was sort of having flashbacks to Courtney's incident. I think that was on the other hairpin where he got T-boned, but it could have been nasty there. But at the moment, Aaron Lee's taken back the lead. Phil Sells second, Schreier sitting back there in third, and having a great fight here. Sean Kelly has dropped back quite a bit, and Marcelo Rivera's now 7.8 seconds down. So he is gaining, but with 7 laps to go, I don't think he's going to catch them.
Yeah, I don't think he's close enough. He is making up that gap, like you said. This group of cars are still battling behind him, but yeah, I don't think they're going to catch these leaders at this stage. So we're down to a 3-car battle for the win, unless Sean Kelly maybe he can latch onto a draft and catch up to these guys again. But at the moment, yeah, it's just 3 cars going for the win of this race.
Yeah, and Aaron Lee and Phil Sell just tangled wheels there, and Lee's run into the back of him again. He doesn't want to do that, because if he gets damage here, he's probably the one that's got the most to lose in this battle, and he's got to use his brains a bit here, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure Michael Schreier is sitting back there just watching these guys, just being careful and mindful of what they're doing, because he doesn't want to get involved in an incident with these guys. So yeah, he might just sort of take a step back at the moment and just size these guys up, see what they're doing, and we've got like 6 or 7 laps to go, so it's starting to get go time for these guys.
So if you were Aaron Lee here and you're leading this race, and I know it's a loaded question because we know race drivers with the red mist, they're just going to want to win, but if you were smart, Trent, where would you want to finish today here, just to if you're thinking of the long game for points here?
I don't think I understand the question there, Bernie. Obviously in first place is where you'd want to finish.
Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is, as far as points go for Aaron, he's sitting in third in the points table at the moment, the way they sit. So can he afford just to sit back there in third and let these guys battle it out for the win, or does he have to actually win this?
No, he could. The positions they're running at the moment, he would be about 80 points clear of David Jellings in 4th place, which he can probably drop down to about 8th position, thereabouts, before he really has to worry about losing that 3rd position in the table. So yeah, dropping back to 3rd place definitely would not hurt his chances at overall 3rd place in the championship.
Yeah, and we just saw Michael Schreier there make a move on Jared Philsell, so Michael's starting to show his hand here, and we know how fast Michael is in these cars. So at the moment, Aaron Lee first, Schreier second, Philsell third. They've dropped Sean Kelly, he's 3 seconds down, followed by Marcelo Rivera fifth, some 7 seconds down. He's taken 0.8 of a second out of those guys that lap.
Yeah, Australia's definitely starting to get a bit racier now. He knows he's getting towards the end of this race, and he wants to be in front. Not sure where you want to be in front. Obviously, the draft is big here, so if you can get in front in the last corner and manage to hold that position at the start line, and that's probably the best thing that you can do, rather than try to come from behind and rely on the draft to make that pass before the finish line.
Yeah, it's definitely, I'm getting the feeling he's starting to set himself up here and positioning that car where he wants to be for that final lap, and it's going to be anyone's race at this stage as we coming up to finish 4 laps, but it looks like he's going to try and take the lead here as they go 2 wide through.
Aaron's got the inside for this hairpin. Australia should get the run down the straight now. He's in behind him, nice and close, so he should be able to make this pass and get it done by turn 1.
Yeah, well, we've seen how much this slipstream works. It's already taking effect now. As he ranges in, he should make this before the start-finish line.
You still can't write off Philsell either. He's still in here with these guys, so yeah, he's definitely not out of the equation either yet.
So it looks like Michael Schreier has taken that lead as that was great driving there. He forced Aaron Lee to go wide, but Aaron's not going to give this up. And we know he can go pretty deep under brakes as they go too wide into the hairpin. Oh, and Aaron Lee dives back on the inside and takes back the lead. He definitely wants to win this race, but all three of these guys are pretty hungry for a win tonight.
He definitely will be. Originally, Phil was going for a win on debut. We had another V8 driver, Madison Down, do that earlier in the season. He took a win on debut, so he's trying to repeat that effort of Madison Down earlier this season. But Aaron Lee wants a strong finish to this season. He's had a pretty good second half of the season, and Schreier, obviously, our previous series winner. He unfortunately had to sit out of the last 2 rounds, and he's back tonight for the finale, so he obviously wants to finish the season on a high with a win as well.
Yeah, and as the laps are ticking down here, folks, you can see Schreier going back on the outside there of Lee, and yet again it looks like they want to try 2 wide through turn 1 down here, and this time Schreier's let's see how he positions that car. Last time he managed to push Aaron out, but Aaron's actually been able to defend that time round.
Yeah, they're both racing very smart lines. Aaron's taking the inside line of turn 1 very early. Schreier's done a quick move to the inside here, but Aaron again, he's in prime position for the hairpin.
Yeah, he's definitely covering that corner off, but Schreier's trying to go around the outside, and he's forced to tuck in. And meanwhile, Phil Cell, he's there's contact.
Oh, contact.
Oh, and Phil Cell's gone up on 2 wheels.
That's unfortunate for Phil Cell. They just got caught up in their accident.
Yeah, and he's got some pretty heavy damage there. That's very unfortunate for him. We'll jump on board to see if he's got steering damage. Oh yeah, he has. He can't keep that car on the track. That's really bad. Oh, as he's trying to keep it off the cars there. That's no good at all.
Yeah, I don't know if Schreier redressed that position that he gained on Aaron Lee or not. And that's how Aaron got him back in front, or whether he made that move legitimately, but it'll be interesting to see how the stewards see that incident.
Definitely. We're just having a look at the replay now. We can see Schreier there. He's just going to get in the back there of Aaron Lee, and he's come across to avoid Aaron, and Phil Cell's gone on the outside, collected wheels, and it's thrown him right up. He was lucky he didn't hit the wall there.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate for Phil Cell. He was on for a top, I'd say a definite top 3, possibly a win as well. But that little altercation has now allowed Sean Kelly to catch up with these two, so it's still a 3-car battle for the lead with a lap and a half to go.
Yeah, and I think the damage to Phil Cell was actually as he came back on the track there, he did collect Sean Kelly, and I think that's what's caused that steering damage. But look at Sean Kelly, he's definitely been the beneficiary out of that little coming together.
Yeah, he's certainly in a racing mood. I don't know whether these guys ahead have got any sort of damage or not, but yeah, Aaron is just doing a very, very smart job. He's positioning the car. Oh no.
I tell you what, Aaron's got away with that again, and so has Michael Schreier. That could have been a lot nastier than what it was, but look at Sean Kelly. He might come from 4th position and take this, you know.
Yeah, well, look, I think Aaron's got a wounded car, but those guys did collect wheels pretty heavily, and I can't see that Aaron got away with that with no damage at all. Yeah,
well, he's got damage to the right side pod there. A lot of damage, and he's still racing, but just having a look at the back, the car looks pretty sound on the front spoiler and the rear there, so I think he might be a bit lucky.
He'd be very lucky. He's, as I was trying to say before, he's doing a very good job at positioning the car exactly where it needs to be and making anyone trying to pass him very, very difficult. He's not blocking, he's just positioning the car very cleverly on the track.
Yeah, and we're down to the last lap now, and Sean Kelly just made a bit of a mistake there under brakes, trying to go in deep. That's released Aaron. But looking at the damage, Michael Schreier has got a lot of front wing damage there, and I'm surprised Aaron's only got right side pod damage, but you know, we'll take good luck at this point in the race.
Yeah, I think the front of Australia's car did go into the side of Aaron's car, so that's probably why the damage that we see is where it is on each car.
Yeah, and as we can see now, Aaron Lee coming across to take out round 12 of Phillip Island, and that will secure third place in the championship for the Redback Racing driver there as he celebrates coming across the line. Sean Kelly, great drive, second, followed by Michael Schreier, third. Marcelo Rivera, he got up to fourth position, and that was because of Jared Philsell's steering damage there, but he was only 3 seconds down from them at the end there.
Yeah, they definitely did a good job, that whole pack, with Marcelo Rivera, Ian Ford, David Jellings, Aaron Osborne, Simon Eriksson. They all got in pretty good position with them all.
Yeah, they certainly did, and David Jellings, he came home in 6th position, so you might have to jump back on there and recalculate those points, I think.
Alright, I'll go and do that now. Points I give will be without bonus points for fastest laps and positions and stuff, but should give us a rough idea at least.
Yeah, just provisional, just to give the viewers a bit of an idea where all the drivers finished, but I'll take you through the full finishing positions while Trent's doing that. So Aaron Lee wins tonight, followed by Sean Kelly in second, Michael Schreier third, fourth was Marcelo Rivera, fifth Ian Ford, David Jellings comes home in 6th position, 7th was Aaron Osborne, Simon Eriksson 8th, 9th Mark Rayner, and 10th was Craig Jones. 11th Andrew Gaines, followed by David Arnold in 12th, Paul Tajavara 13th, 14th was Damien Carr, 15th Scott Goodman, 16th Jack Baker, David Pegler 17th with Andrew Kiss in 18th, 19th was Justin Strickland. So Justin, he got up to 19th, so that is also going to play out in the points, which we'll hear from Trent shortly. 20th was Wayne Taylor, 21st Andrew Osiris, followed by Brendan Oakes, then TJ Brown. Ashley Thomas comes home in 24th, followed by Mark Espley, Phil Gadd and Sean Watts in 27th. 28th was Brock Kramer, followed by Michael McCabe and Kurt Marr in 30th position. 31st Darren Lesu, Jared Philsell, we saw that coming together, finished 3 laps down in 32nd position. Nino Natal in 33rd, Nathan Leskinen 34th and 5 lap down. 35th Joseph Falcamada, followed by Jake Maloney. Our retirements tonight were Gary Hamilton, Jake Burton, Dylan Francis, Simon Gelly, Richard Hampstead, James Keane and Rodney Dangry. So we did lose 3 cars in that first lap incident. So Trent, have you got your slide rule out and tried to work it all out?
I can confirm Aaron Lee will be 3rd overall in the championship, and David Jellings will take 4th and Justin Strickland in 5th. I'm just trying to have a look at the team standing at the moment. It was pretty tight at the top between ERA, Redback Racing and G&T Racing, so we will I'm just going to try and do those points and let the viewers know before the end of the broadcast.
Fantastic. So looking at our top 5 as we know it at the moment, folks, in the point score, this is provisional. Marcelo Rivera takes out the Star Mazda Australian Championship for Season 3. So that's fantastic for the Evolution Racing Australia driver, followed by Michael Schreier in 2nd. 3rd, Aaron Lee. 4th, I think, is David Jellings, and then Justin Strickland in 5th. That's provisional. So we're just waiting to see if any of the drivers wish to come up for an interview, and we'll hold off for a moment and see. I'm just seeing if Race Control's ready to come up for a chat. We might bring them up and see if there's any investigation going on. So, folks, our race control tonight was Scott Connors and Josh Burden. So, guys, quite an eventful race out there tonight. Is there any incidents you guys are looking into or had to look into during the race?
Evening. Oh, you guys, Josh? Oh, well, okay. Well, come on, mate, why not?
Yeah, there's a couple of post-race incidents we're going to have a bit of a look at. The one between Shreya and Fuel Cell and Aaron Lee there with a couple laps to go. And the one at MG with Shreya and can't remember who else it was, but anyway, sorry about that. Was a bit of netcode, so there's nothing we can do about that. There was actually a lot of netcode tonight, so yeah, there's when there's netcode, when two different drivers are saying different things, you can't do much about that.
Yeah, that's right, and I guess it's to be expected, isn't it, when you've got such a big field here of 43 drivers all running around one track.
Yeah, that's it. Especially makes it even worse when times are so close because of the tow and all that. So yeah, it's not what people want to be taken out by netcode, but fortunately there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, that's right. We're just having a look at this incident, the one you were talking about investigating, and we went through that earlier, and it got a bit messy there, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It was really close all race, so in a way, it didn't. I wouldn't say it didn't surprise us, but yeah. We wasn't expecting them to come together because of how close they've been for the whole race. But
yeah, but overall it looked like a pretty exciting race there, and it looked like the guys were behaving themselves from our point of view. There appeared to be an incident on the first lap. We didn't catch that, but is there anything coming from that incident?
Is that with
Was that with Richard Heath?
That
one, yeah.
Yeah, I believe that was netcode also. I will go double check at it, but I remember I did watch it and it was a netcode. Unfortunately, there was a lot of netcode out there tonight, so it's a bit hard when you have netcode out there because you really can't hand a penalty out because the two different parties involved see two different things, you know. So
yeah, that's right. You know me. I'm just trying to get a sensational story going here. But anyway, guys, thanks for doing race control for Season 3. It's been fantastic for the Star Mazda Australian Championship, and I might let Trent have a few words with you as well.
Just to thank the guys for the work they've done this season. Matt obviously not here tonight, but for his input through the year. For the season, and Josh coming on in the last few races to give us a hand as well in race control. So just thanks to them, guys. That's all I really got to say. Thanks.
I see who the favourite now is. But no, I just want to say thank you to all the drivers that participated this season. It was a really fun season. And big congratulations to all the Evolution Racing Australia guys and for their work to putting Marcelo obviously winning the title. So it was a hard fought battle between him and Shreya throughout the season. So congratulations to him, and thanks to Bernie and Trent for being in the combox all season, and hopefully next season's bigger and better than it was this time.
Yeah, that's right, and we'll see what next season brings. But anyway, guys, thanks for coming up. We might cut over to some driver interviews now and throw you two out of the box.
Yeah, I need some sleep.
I don't know, these young people. Anyway, let's bring up Marcelo Rivera for Evolution Racing Australia. He finished tonight in, let's have a look, 4th position. Great comeback drive, but more importantly, he takes out Star Mazda Australian Championship. Hi Marcelo, welcome to RRTV and congratulations once again on taking out Season 3 of the Star Mazda Australian Championship. It looked a bit messy there earlier on when you came into contact with, I think it might have been Jared Fulcell, and you were pushed wide, but it was a good comeback drive.
Hey guys, firstly thanks for that. Yeah, it was a great championship. Yeah, it was a crazy race here tonight. I think there was maybe a bit of netcode there between me and Jared, but nevertheless, just kept going back on it and just pushed till the end.
Yeah, it looked like you were getting a bit of a gap there, and at one point you were 17 seconds down. We were counting down the seconds. I think you came within 3 seconds, 3.9 seconds at the end of the race, which was pretty close. So, yeah, did you enjoy tonight's race? That's the question.
Oh yeah, I've definitely enjoyed the race here at Phillip Island. You definitely get some close racing with the amount of slipstream you get around this track. So there wasn't that incident between me and Phil, so it was definitely not the only time I came close to other cars. But that's what makes it interesting and great for us driving. It's what we're here for, eh?
Yeah, it certainly is, and I'm amazed how robust these cars are. And we saw quite a bit of wheel-to-wheel contact, and not too much damage, just mainly wing damage. But yeah, so how fragile are these cars, Marcelo?
Yeah, they're interesting because I feel like they can be fragile, but at the same time, it just depends on. I mean, because we are on a sim, so there can be a bit of lag. So sometimes it can be a bit inconsistent, but most of the time, I feel the front wing damage is normally pretty consistent. Whenever you tap someone, you tend to get a little bit of damage, and you do feel it. There is a fair bit more, push in the front end, and it does definitely slow the car down. That was actually the main reason why I pitted early, because it was slowing me down a little bit. So I just wanted to make sure that I had a good car and was able to push to try to catch the leaders.
Yeah, and it looked like you got away with that first incident, and we saw you pit after that. But looking further ahead, of course, you guys are pretty happy with wrapping up this season. What's season 4 hold for Evolution Racing Australia? Can we expect you guys to be back for season 4?
Yeah, I reckon we'll be back for season 4 with the way things are going. We're happy with how it's all been running, and the team's happy with the way the drivers are going. So I don't see why we wouldn't be.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to hand you over to Trent here. I'm sure he's got a few questions for you.
Thanks for that, Bernie. I'm busy here trying to work out these points. First of all, Marcelo, obviously, congratulations for taking out the championship this season. Obviously, narrowly missed out last season, so it must be a good feeling to be able to come back here and challenge and get it done this time around.
Yeah, no, it's definitely great to know that I am able to make that extra step and win the championship. Credit to Shreya, he's been a great driver all season. He's probably one of the most consistent drivers on the field. He's just always up and about, and yeah, it's great to have great competitors amongst us, and it just makes the series that much better when you've got good competition.
Yeah, I think your strongest points for the win this season is the number of wins you've had this season, with 1, 2, 3, 4 wins. I think it is 4 or 5 wins, and Shreya actually hasn't had a win this season. So those extra points that you get for winning a race certainly sort of have added up and worked in your favour this time around. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, I did notice that Shreya hadn't had many wins. I was starting to call him the Professor, because he reminded me of Alain Prost. You know, he just doesn't always have to go for the win, but he always gets those points, you know.
I think it was going to work out for him for a while, but unfortunately he had to miss those 2 rounds. So yeah, that sort of affected his points total in the end. But it also shows that the level of competition has obviously stepped up this season again from last season as well, with quite a few different drivers taking wins. And obviously it just shows that it is hard to get a win with the level of competition we have at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. As you saw, the qualifying was only separated by like a few tenths with it for the top 10. So it shows how close the field is.
Yeah, we actually had 30 cars were covered by 1 second, so yeah, it was very, very, very close all the way down to 30th place.
Oh wow, 1 second! I didn't know it was that close. And it's awesome. It's just a great championship because it's just so flexible with it being a fixed setup. It doesn't require many hours throughout the week to do this and to fine tune a setup. So For those that are a lot busier throughout the week, it's just a great opportunity to get involved.
Yeah, that's the way the series was originally intended to be set up, was just sort of a get in and race type deal, where it's over and done with. The whole process on a Thursday night is done in 2 hours, so obviously that's an appealing factor for yourself, not only yourself, but for a lot of other drivers as well.
Yeah, it certainly is, because it's like focusing on one official series alone takes up a fair bit of time. So when you're trying to bring in other stuff, you really can't. You end up running out of time.
Alright, I'll send you back over to Bernie to finish off, but once again, congratulations and well done.
Cheers, Trent.
Yeah, finally, the most important question of the night for you is, would you like to give a shout out to your sponsors tonight?
Yeah, big shout out to Maverick Potting and Demitov. They're just great sponsorships for sticking with us. Big thanks to ERA and the boys in the team. They always put up with me and in my smack series. So cheers, boys, and thanks for the help throughout the season when I've needed it. Thanks to Brenton for being a great team manager, and keep up the work, boys. Cheers.
Well, fantastic, Marcelo, and go back now. You can open that champagne and celebrate taking out Season 3 of the Star Mazda Australian Championship.
Cheers, mate.
So next up we'll bring up Aaron Lee from Redback Racing. Hi Aaron, welcome to RRTV, and congratulations on tonight's win. It looked like you had your hands full out there tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Bernie. It was always going to have my hands full tonight. With that draft, you could never really pull away, but I'll tell you what, I was not going to make it easy for him, and I was definitely going to do everything in my power to position my car where it was going to be the most difficult to pass.
Yeah, well, you definitely did that you made that Star Mazda mighty wide there, and it started to get a little bit messy there with a couple of laps to go. And what were you expecting it to start getting heating up at that point, or what were your thoughts on that?
Yeah, of course. I knew that they were going to keep coming all race. It wasn't just the end. But you know, it's one of those things when you're in a race like that, when everyone's so close, you really got to start thinking about the car behind you. And I was watching my mirrors a lot, and I kind of anticipated where they wanted to go, and I put my car where they didn't want my car to be, and it off in the end.
Yeah, and I was discussing during the broadcast. You know, of course, it's a loaded question because we know the red mist comes down, but was the championship on your mind while you were battling out there, or were you just going for the win tonight?
No, after a couple of touches in the last few races, my championship sort of went away a little bit. So, to be honest with you, I was actually thinking about the team's championship. David Arnold and I were doing pretty well, so I wonder how we ended up. But look, you know, I was definitely in it for the team, and yeah, of course I wanted to win. I want to win everything I start. So, no, it was a very good night. It's been a good series, and I'm definitely going to watch this replay over and over again, and the broadcast, because I think it was a cracker of a race, and it's definitely one of those things where you say give up and come out with the win.
Yeah, it was definitely a cracker of a race, that's for sure. And we've just had a look at the Drivers' Championship, and provisionally at the moment, it looks like you may have scored third in the championship, which is fantastic for the drivers. We haven't quite worked out the team championship yet, but Trent's busy in the background here with his slide rule trying to work that out. But looking at Season 4 for Star Mazda Australian Championship, what's the plans for Redback Racing? Can we expect to see some of you guys back?
We haven't put that discussion on the table yet. We've got a big push into the AEC Championship, so we're definitely concentrating on a lot on the HPD, which has hindered a little bit of practice this week in the Star Mazda. So I'm not sure what we're all doing next season. I was just saying to Sean while we're waiting to come up, I've really got to concentrate on my iRating, because I've never really raced many official races, and I look at it and I feel a bit ashamed of myself. But I've really got to concentrate on that as well. So we'll see what happens. See what time permits, and if real life racing gets in the way as well. So there's many opportunities, possibly come back and have a run. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, fantastic. So the last question I've got for you is tyres around here. Were they a bit of a factor as far as wear goes, or were the tyres pretty held together pretty well for the 23 laps.
They definitely faded. Nothing spectacular. I must admit the tyres have been pretty good this season. We can run a whole race and only gradually lose the fronts a little bit. So it was starting to push towards the end, but if you drove around it, everything was fine. But everyone was in that same boat. I think I might have had probably a little bit less or more tyres. I couldn't pick it than the guys behind, as they were battling a little bit harder, and I was just trying to keep them behind. So look, they definitely fell off, but they didn't fall off the cliff. So it was definitely a good run, and they lasted the stint. It's great.
Fantastic. Well, before we let you go, did you want to give a shout out to your sponsors tonight?
Yeah, definitely. We're all supported by RRTV. Thank you very much, Bernie, and all the team. You guys are great. Love having you guys on board. Redback Racing. These guys are an awesome bunch of guys, and love playing simulator cars with them all week. Everybody else in the Smack series, all the drivers. That was an awesome last race. Thank you very much. We did rub panels here and there, and it was nothing was intentional. It was a good run, and I'm looking forward to watching the broadcast. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no worries. Well, thanks for popping in, Aaron, and we'll see what next season brings.
Definitely, thanks, guys.
So just before you go, Aaron, just wanted to update on the actual, I've got confirmed point standings here. So yes, you definitely came home third overall in the driver's standings. And the team standings, Redback Racing 3 has actually taken the team's title, so congratulations on that.
Thanks, Trent. Awesome. David's a great guy. I really enjoy racing with him, and it was good to team up with him for this season. So this race was definitely for him, and it's awesome to come out on top. I'm looking forward to that check in the mail too, Bernie.
Yeah, fantastic. All right. On that note, we better let you go, and Trent will start writing that check for you.
Every time I start talking about money, I get booted.
It's funny, that, isn't it?
Thanks, guys. Enjoy your night.
Okay, so we've got who we got down there. We have Sean Kelly. I think we might bring him up. Did you want to have a chat with Sean?
Yeah, we can bring him up. He was finished there, had a good result. I think he finished second or something at the end there. G'day, Sean. Welcome to the RRTV commentary box. Come home in second position there, mate. Few hairy moments for you during the race. Just want to talk us through how your race went and how you felt that your position was.
Yeah, no, cheers. Good fun. Glad my pace was okay for wherever it was, 34th. I've heard a lot of talk about fuel, so I just tried to save fuel and had someone calculate the fuel, and it took a little bit too much. And then I just got caught out on my really worn tyres, and I wasn't even trying to pass Shreya at Lukey Heights. I just sort of went off on my own and lost a draft, and fortunately a couple of guys came together and brought me back into it. And yeah, probably just made a slight mistake trying to keep with Aaron on the last lap, and lost the opportunity to have a go to win. But yeah, awesome series, good fun. Really intended to make a few more of these weeks this season, but just couldn't make them. But always going to turn up when I can.
Yeah, we saw the off there at Lukey Heights, and you're pretty lucky to keep it off the wall. Normally, in my experience, the car goes off there, you pretty much almost guarantee to have wall contact. So yeah, well done to not hit the wall there. And there's a few hairy moments throughout there. The top pack there was actually fairly tight, and unfortunately you did lose the draft at the end, but you're all over Aaron Lee on that second last lap. But as you said, unfortunately you got just made a bit of a blue and couldn't quite get into a place to attack on that last lap.
Yeah, no, good fun. Loved the draft, loved the fix setup. This car's awesome. Well done to Trey, and congrats to Marcelo and taking that championship. So it's obviously going to be hotly a little contested championship, probably, hopefully, moving forward.
Yeah, hopefully we'll still see some strong competition next season. We also made comment that along with yourself, we had Rd12 Phillip and Richard Hampstead try and have a run tonight too. Jared was doing well till a bit towards the end of that race. Got caught up, unfortunately, when Aaron and Michael made contact, and he's sort of just a bit of an innocent bystander there. And Richard Hampstead, unfortunately, was also taken out on the first lap, or was involved in an incident on the first lap, so it was unfortunate for him. But it's good to see that a lot of different guys are trying out different cars on the service and just enjoying themselves, basically.
Yeah, obviously, a lot of guys have been watching the Smack last season or two. A few odd runs, obviously Mazda's there, and obviously awesome to see the Star Mazdas in the weekend at Cops as well. And I'd hopped on, already done half an hour's practice last night, so I was ahead of the game. But Jared and Hammer were literally last minute, but it's pretty easy car pick up. But all the same, it's a bit difficult to expect to be right at the front with only 20 minutes or something. They've done all right.
No, definitely. I'll just pass you over to Bernie, see if he's got any other questions for you.
Yeah, not really. I'm just sitting here feeling a bit crook at the moment. But yeah, the main one, Sean, did you want to give a shout out to your sponsors before we let you go tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to TTR, Custom Image, and of course our good friends at Hybrid Racing Simulations.
Fantastic. And do you think we might see you back next season having a run in the Star Mazdas, or is the V8's going to take up most of your time?
Well, that's what the V8 Scop series is all about, to be honest. Get that freedom of choice. Work's taken up a lot this year, but yeah, I'd love to do a full season. It's on a good day. So yeah, I've got a lot of events marked in the calendar that trying to get to as many as I can. And the Smack is very much involved in that.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully we'll see you back out there on the track next season and enjoy your week 13.
Yeah, too easy. Alright, cheers guys.
Okay, so we've got Ian Ford and Craig Jones. I think Ian finished in 5th position, so we'll bring Ian up for a quick chat. Trent?
Yep.
Hi Ian, welcome to RRTV, and thanks for hanging around for a post-race interview. Firstly, congratulations, you've taken out the fastest lap tonight with the 1:27.244, and I think you came home in 5th tonight.
Oh, that's bloody awesome. Thanks, Bernie. Yeah, it was good to be back on an RRTV broadcast. Great to get the fastest lap and come home 5th. It was good performance from the whole team as well.
Yeah, and it's you must be happy for your teammate there, Marcelo, taking out the Star Mazda Australian Championship for Season 3.
Yeah, bloody oath, man. I basically decided to jump back into the Star Mazda after a few races off and concentrate on this year a little bit more. And I've taken a few pole positions, everything like that. But all in all, I've been just playing wingman for Marcelo, making sure he gets the points at the end of the day. And that basically comes down to what I had to do today. I may have taken the pole position point off him, but I just fell in behind him and just defended him, made sure that he wasn't under too much pressure after the opening laps, after he got a bit of netcode. And for him to take the title and me to finish 5th, and after the season the team's had, it is an absolutely amazing result.
Yeah, it's fantastic for Evolution Racing Australia, that's for sure. And tonight, tell the viewers what it was like out there in a Star Mazda with 43 other drivers at Phillip Island tonight.
Oh man, it was absolutely chaos. I believe in just after my pit stop, I actually got so far up under the gearbox of a car that I literally ran off the road by myself. And with the draft how it was today and how tight everyone was racing, I gained probably 2-3 seconds within about 3 laps, and then I was back in the mix of the same battle that I literally drove off from. So it's just insane. The quality of drivers from the front to the back was insane. I think it was the top 15 was separated by 0.5 of a second or something in quali, and that's something you don't see very often. And with how these cars are around these sort of flying circuits, you just can't break away. You have to just keep on making sure you choose your battles properly and just keep on digging, no matter how bad your run is. You just got to keep on sticking in there, and you end up with the goods eventually.
Yeah, that's right. So we noticed you went off on turn 1. Was that the incident where you had to take evasive action as you got too close to the driver in front?
I wouldn't really call it evasive action. It was more or less I was in the draft, and I think the 2 cars in front were side by side or something, and I just lost sight of where I was actually meant to turn in. So because there's no markers or anything over there, you just got grass, and I was lucky not to either just launch it completely to the other side of the track or just destroy my car. But like I just turned and it didn't turn in hard enough with the draft. You got a bit of aero wash out of these cars, and so lucky to keep it going in the right direction.
Yeah, it was a fantastic recovery. We're just looking at the super slow-mo as we talk to you now, and it was a good effort to keep that car straight and get it back on track so quickly. We noticed down that straight the draft looked incredible tonight. Was that the case from your point of view?
Oh, definitely. It was scary at times. I think on one of the laps I came from about 8 tenths back to be side by side and going 3 wide into turn 1 with one of the other cars was probably about half a second in front and one was 8 tenths, and that's a huge margin to claw up on less than a kilometre of straight. And into turn 1 it's probably 1-2 car lengths, car widths in this car at least, and coming from a V8 background, it sort of terrifies you knowing that you got to go side by side with a car through there. But that's what you had to do to get the job done tonight. And even into turn 2, turn 3, you could run side by side in this car all day long, as long as you got a decent draft out of the car in front. You could make moves happen at any corner around here, and that was really exciting tonight. So I can't wait to look at the broadcast back. And thanks for putting it on, Bernie.
Yeah, no worries, Ian, and I'll just pass you over to Trent to see if he's got any further questions for you.
Ian, you're well done on 5th place tonight. It's good to see the ERA cars are always very competitive in the SMAC Championship, so hopefully you guys will be back next season. Other than that, I don't really have any other questions other than, do you want to give a shout out to any of your sponsors?
Oh, I'd definitely give a shout out to Demidov Innovations, the proud sponsor of our cars, and also the main provider of the Monday night Race Spot TV broadcast for the V8s, and as well as Maverick Welding, Way of Life, everyone like that. Marcelo for doing such an awesome job all season, and I'm sure we'll see each other next season when SMAC returns.
Hopefully we see you there, mate. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, Trent, we've got 2 more to bring up. We've got Craig Jones and Michael Schreier. I think we'll bring Craig up first. He's been waiting the longest, and then we'll finish off the broadcast with a chat with Michael.
Sounds good.
Hi, Craig. Welcome to RRTV, and congratulations. Looks like you finished in 10th position tonight.
G'day, fellas. Yeah, thanks, Bernie. Had a pretty good race, actually.
Yeah, so that was my next question. How was your race? You've pretty much told us.
Yeah, not much to tell. Just kept out of trouble. Had a lucky one. Got about 7 spots from the grid, so I think about three cars around me did the same, and got caught up in a good battle with Mark Rayner. Yeah, for since about lap 9 to the end. So I was pretty busy. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's excellent. And what did you think at the start when 43 cars lined up on that straight? I know it looks spectacular from our point of view.
Oh, there's always a lot of praying, and you're trying to find new gods to give you some help. But no, I just looked at the car in front of me, made sure I didn't hit anyone, especially in that first corner, and got through it.
Fantastic. And as we were saying, we just had Ian up a moment ago, and he had a fairly good run there, coming home in, I think, 5th position, something like that. But Marcelo Rivera's, of course, taken out Season 3 of the Star Mazda Australian Championship, so that's a good result there for Evolution Racing Australia.
Yeah, really happy for Marcelo. He's finally got one under the belt. And obviously another good season, highly competitive. So credit to you, Trent, and another quality broadcast this season, Bernie.
Yeah, thanks for that. It's been a long season, but I'll see if Trent has any questions for you.
Okay, Craig. Thanks for those kind words, firstly, and congratulations on seeing your top 10. You've been missing a few races this season, have you? You've sort of been a fairly quiet season this time around.
Missed a couple, not heaps. Actually won a race a couple of rounds ago in the second split, a bit random, but I've just been trying to kept it pretty casual this season.
It's good to see. I think in total we've actually had 113 drivers participate in at least one race this season. So certainly a lot of people out there having a go. So it's good to see you still hang around, and because you've been there since day one of Smack. So it's good to see you still running around and still getting pretty good results.
Yeah, I used to like racing just to keep the numbers up, for participation, but there's plenty of numbers now. And it's so competitive, especially on tracks like Phillip Island. So again, good work, guys, and I'm sure I'll enjoy the broadcast.
Thanks a lot, Craig. Did you have any sponsors you want to give a shout to?
Rd12 Innovations, of course, and Evolution Racing Australia. Brenton runs a pretty good ship there, so and we've got a result for the team. I think did we get the team championship? I'm not sure, but we obviously got the drivers championship, so pulled something out of it.
The championship went to Redback Racing Team 3. The ERA finished second, so they did win the drivers' title, but second in the constructors.
Well done to Bernie and your team.
Yeah, thanks for that. I'm very excited, can't you tell? All right, Craig, well, thanks for popping in and waiting so long to have a chat with us. It's been great, and hopefully we'll see you out there again in Season 4.
Yeah, likewise, guys. Take it easy.
Okay, Trent, we're nearly at the end of tonight's broadcast. The last person to have a chat with is Michael Schreier, so we'll bring him up and I'll let you have a chat with him.
Thanks for that, Bertie. G'day, Michael. Welcome to the RRTV commentary box. Unfortunately, couldn't quite defend the title from last season, but you still did come home in second place overall. And you were having a pretty good battle there towards the end of that race. You certainly seemed to have the speed. Unfortunately, a bit of contact with Aaron Lee towards the end there probably marred what could have been a possibly win for you. You seem to have the pace, but still got a third place, so congratulations there. Just want to talk us through your race and tell us how it went.
Yeah, thanks Trent and Bernie. Basically, pretty much had no practice during the week, just been resting my back because I slipped a disc about 3 weeks ago, and just been very limited to the amount of time I've been behind the wheel. But I really wanted to come on and do this last race, and it was just good racing up and down the field, and I was pretty happy to be mixing it up the front with everyone, so it was good fun.
Well, first of all, hopefully your back's getting better, and this race didn't disrupt that at all. So, but it was good to see you come back and try to defend that title. Did you know if you could actually win the title not coming into this race?
No, I didn't, Trent. I pretty much didn't even look at the points. I just wanted to turn up and put in an effort and give it a real hot go. And Aaron was driving really good out front, as well as Jared and Sean. It was just good racing, hard racing, and we all tried to go for the win. That's what it's all about. I'm sure it looked really good in the coverage.
Yeah, it was certainly, especially after the pit stops, and probably with about 5 laps to go, we sort of saw you starting to make your moves towards the front. You seemed like the start of the race there, you were just sitting back and biding your time. There was no need to try and fight your way through at that point in the race, and we certainly saw you sort of switch it on towards the end there, which was great to watch. Very entertaining, and just knowing the skill that you guys had and the respect you have with each other to know that you can race side by side at those speeds and rely on the other guy not to run into you. So it was definitely very, very entertaining viewing.
Yeah, it definitely was. 3 wide into turn 1. Yeah, you've got trust in the guys around you, and unfortunately tonight there were a few netcode issues, and that can't be helped. So we try and race as hard as we can, and when those things happen, there's nothing much we can do. But I'd just like to say congratulations to Marcelo. It was a great effort all season long, and be back hopefully next season and do it all again.
Yeah, hopefully see you back next season. You're certainly always up there fighting for the wins, so it'll be good to have that level of competition back again for next season. I'll just pass you over to Bernie to see if he's got any other questions he wants to ask.
Yeah, no other questions here from me. The main one is, did you want to give a shout out to your sponsors tonight?
Yeah, as always, CSR Fabrications, Light Up Ogola, Osram, always been really good to us, and just all the fellow teammates out there for keeping us going along and enjoying our hobby. It's good fun. And to you guys, Trent and Bernie, excellent job as always, and I look forward to being back next season.
Yeah, fantastic, Michael. We'll enjoy week 13, and I'm sure season 4 will be back before you know it.
Not a problem, guys. Thanks again.
Okay, Trent, well, that pretty much sums up our interviews tonight. Before we go tonight, though, let's take the viewers through the provisional driver standings and team standings for the top 3, I guess, if you've got them, just so they know where everyone finished tonight.
Yep, I can take us through the top 10 here for the drivers. We've got obviously Marcelo Rivera taking out first position, Michael Schreier in second, and Aaron Lee is in third place there. David Jellings has managed to get fourth place with Justin Strickland in fifth, so it was pretty much a swap around of all those positions at the top 3, 4 and 5. Simon Eriksson takes sixth. David Arnold, he's moved up to seventh, so that's good there. Aaron Lee and David Arnold teammates there, 2 of them in the top 7. Mark Rayner has taken 8th, Aaron Osborne in 9th, and Ashley Thomas is in 10th place. Over to the team standings, we have Redback Racing 3 on first place with 3,300 points, so very, very good result for them guys. ERA 1 on 3,098 points in second place, so it was a good 200 points clear from the Redback Racing guys. A very good job. Team X-Ray have snuck up into 4th position with 3,064, so they're only 30 odd points behind ERA, and G&T Racing 2 unfortunately slipped back to 4th position on 2,982, and Synergy Sim Racing 1, which was Michael Schreier's team, in 5th place on 2,587 points, so that takes us through our top points there. And I'll also mention Redback Racing Team 1 also in 6th position, so 2 Redback Racing teams there in the top 6.
Oh, that's fantastic for Redback Racing, that's for sure, and congratulations once again to Evolution Racing Australia with Marcelo Rivera taking out the Drivers' Championship for Season 3. And the fastest lap tonight went to Ian Ford again for Evolution Racing Australia. He did a 1:27.244, so a good result there for that team tonight as well. So anyway, Trent, it's been a fantastic season, and Star Mazda's definitely come a long way this season, and it's definitely going to go a long way next season. And did you want to sum up the season for your championship?
First of all, a big shout out to all the drivers that have participated this season. Again, it's probably our biggest season yet, this one, and the level of competition at the front is definitely a lot tougher than it has been previously. So thanks for all you guys, the drivers. Thanks to Bernie for putting on the broadcast for us this season. It's been great having these races broadcast for the viewers to watch at home, and just also a shout out to everybody that there will be an information thread regarding Season 4 appearing on the forum in the next few days, so looking ahead for suggestions and feedback for Season 4 and any rule changes we might need to tidy up for that one. And also we'll be having a fun race at Long Beach next Thursday night, so we're not having a week off, we're still going to keep running, so Long Beach next Thursday night for a smack race as well.
Fantastic. Well, folks, that pretty much sums up, ends tonight's broadcast, but if you like your GT action, definitely tune in this Sunday night for the SEK Queensland GT3 series, which should pretty much wrap up that season, and we can all have a nice long break. So anyway, folks, I must also thank all our viewers out there. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be doing these broadcasts. If you like tonight's video, definitely press the like button, let your friends and family know, and on behalf of Trent Thomas, I'm Bernie Weemers, and thanks for watching RRTV.